The truth is the truth. What waking up to the truth looks like. As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game. Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is July 24th, 2026, and let's just get straight into this. The truth is the truth, and this is what waking up to the truth looks like. We're going to talk about data centers and the backlash to data centers and where it's going and Trump's opinion on it.
Next tonight, the backlash against AI data centers is growing, with protests from coast to coast in dozens of states today. The issue uniting many Americans across the planet. Here's ABC's Alex Prochet.
Tonight, a growing debate over data centers as a number of demonstrations play out across the country, from Atlanta to Berkeley, California.
We want to slow down AI data center development. We want to slow down AI in general and stop big tech from infringing on our local communities.
The explosion of data center construction projects, the byproduct of the AI and cloud computing boom. That skyrocketing growth also prompting new scrutiny as communities housing these centers say they are bearing new burdens of heightened water and power usage.
And my home state in Louisiana is about to get the largest data center in the world. Yes, Meta is expanding its Richland Parish project into a massive 5-gigawatt supercluster, making it one of the largest artificial intelligence data centers in the world. The project costs more than $50 billion and covers over 3,200 acres. From Southwest and Southside Virginia, political earthquakes. Conservatives are turning against data centers. This is from July 21st, 2026. Are conservatives opposed to data centers being built? Yes, many conservatives are opposed to local data center construction, joining a rare bipartisan pushback against big tech infrastructure. While national leaders view data centers as vital for economic and technological competition, polls show that roughly 63% of Republicans oppose them locally due to specific community impacts. And this is what floored me. The city of Colorado Springs is putting an AI data center right next to Garden of the Gods. Now, y'all know for 5 years during the 90s, me and my then husband lived in Denver and would drive to Colorado Springs every week to go to church at Gary Wilkerson's church, David Wilkerson's son. And we went to a concert at the Garden of the Gods. We saw John Tesh live at the Garden of the Gods. It was magnificent. It was beautiful. And now they're wanting to put a data center next to the Garden of the Gods. The Garden of the Gods is beautiful, beautiful. And they're going to put a data center next to this. What's going to happen to the wildlife? All the noises. Now, this is where we're about to get into the truth is the truth and what waking up to the truth is looking like. Yes or no, do governments participate in political theater to confuse the populace? Yes. Many political analysts and social critics argue that governments use symbolic actions, manufactured crises, and exaggerated debates as political theater to distract citizens and obscure core policy realities. Yes or no? In the political cult of personality, does a politician use propaganda, mass media, and spectacle to manipulate public perception? Yes, a political cult of personality uses propaganda, mass media, and spectacle to manipulate public perception, creating an idealized or heroic image of the leader to secure unquestioning loyalty. And this is where a core base of conservative Christians are. Loyal to somebody unquestionably, when the truth is right there. Wait till we get into this. The truth is the truth, and this is what waking up looks like. Are you ready for the truth?
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Here's the truth. Can you handle it?
You have communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because it means tremendous numbers of jobs. You have communities that really want the data centers.
63% of Republicans oppose them. But Trump is saying that these communities want them. Propaganda.
You have communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because it means tremendous numbers of jobs, very little actual disruption. And the ones that don't want it, the happiest people in the world are foreign countries, number one, and number two, other communities within our country because they're begging for them to be there. And some of them are great communities, very, very forward-looking communities.
We're going to break down what he said in that in just a minute. Who did he say really wanted it? The smart communities?
Want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because
the smart communities want it. So what did I think about? The smart cities. Will smart cities have data centers? Yes, smart cities will have data centers, specifically relying on edge data centers, smaller distributed nodes, and localized cloud infrastructure to process real-time urban data. Let's hear this so I can go to the next part of what he said.
You have communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because it means tremendous numbers of jobs, very little actual disruption. And the ones that don't want it, the happiest people in the world are foreign countries, number one, and number two, other communities within our country because they're begging for them to be there. And some of them are great communities, very, very forward-looking communities.
So let's get into it. So the smart cities will have the data centers. Datacenters.com. How smart cities, these are smart communities. Trump said smart communities. How smart cities are influencing data center site selection. Yes or no? Theoretically, could smart cities and data centers create surveillance cities? Yes, smart cities and data centers could theoretically create a surveillance state. This happens through continuous tracking, data collection, and government control. Sensors everywhere. Cameras, microphones, smart streetlights track daily movement. ID tracking, digital payment cards, and smartphones link your identity to your location. Public tracking, facial recognition, license plate readers log where you go in real time. Smart analysis, powerful computers use data to guess what people will do next. Local groups and police can connect to these hubs to watch people. Smart communities.
You have communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities because
Yes or no? Could smart cities and data centers monitor all activities 24/7? Yes, smart cities and data centers can monitor many activities 24/7 through connected digital systems, public cameras, and sensors. Public spaces use smart devices to track traffic, noise, and crowds at all times. These facilities store and process massive streams of information coming from city networks. Automated software can look at video feeds and sensor data without stopping. Processing every single action for every person requires more power and storage than most current systems are using. But y'all remember Trump's promise of America first? America first? We're going to be the first ones to do all this? President Donald Trump's America First agenda is a nationalistic political and economic strategy that's deceiving people, focused on prioritizing domestic workers, securing national borders, and reshaping foreign policy around direct U.S. interests. The core pillars of this policy emphasize strict immigration controls, protective trade tariffs, and assertive unilateral approach to global affairs. Yes or no? Could Trump's America First include building data centers? Yes, under the American First AI agenda and related federal initiatives, building domestic artificial intelligence data centers is explicitly included as a vital strategy to secure U.S. technological leadership and outpace global competitors like China. So while 63% of his base is opposed to these data centers, Trump gives full-throated support of big tech's data center expansion. You can't fight it.
and these companies are spending tremendous amounts of money on the communities, the local communities. So I think it's important that we tell the local communities that, because other nations are trying to get us to slow down, and they're spending a lot of money on propaganda, on press, PR, trying to convince everybody that this isn't a positive thing. And if we don't do this, we're going to be left behind. And even communities compared to other communities. You have some communities that really want this. This isn't all negative stuff. You have communities that really want the data centers. And frankly, those are the smart communities, because it means tremendous numbers of jobs, very little actual disruption. And the ones that don't want it, the happiest people in the world are foreign countries, number one, and number two, other communities within our country, because they're begging for them to be there. And some of them are great communities, very, very forward-looking communities, very smart communities. So you have to convince your community how great these things. You can't fight it. You have to go with it.
Now let's break down this little section. Very, very forward-looking communities.
Communities, very smart.
And smart communities. Forward-looking smart communities. Are smart cities considered forward-looking communities? Yes, smart cities are widely considered forward-looking communities.
Very, very forward-looking communities, very smart communities.
Smart cities are widely considered forward-looking communities. Trump is telling us their plan, if you listen. And he's selling propaganda on how wonderful this is. Propaganda is a systematic spreading of biased, selective, and misleading information, ideas, and rumors to influence public opinion. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. They're begging for it. Shape behavior or promote a specific political cause. It relies on emotional appeals. If we don't do it first, China is going to do it. And one-sided messages rather than balanced facts. This is what waking up looks like. 63% of his base do not want these smart data centers, but Trump is saying people are begging for it. He's talking about forward-looking communities that are smart cities, But you say, oh no, Trump wouldn't want to put us in no smart city. Trump is our savior. Trump is our president. Jesus is our God, but Trump is our president. He is sent from God. He wouldn't put us in a digital prison slave system in a smart city. Trump, this was in 2023, his first term. Trump calls for contests to create futuristic freedom cities. Trump proposes freedom cities. What are freedom cities? Freedom cities proposal is a plan to build up to 10 new master planned futuristic cities. Oh, smart communities, forward-looking communities. And this is Trump's proposal. Freedom Cities proposal is a plan to build up to 10 new master planned futuristic cities on undeveloped federal land, first announced by Donald Trump during his 2024 presidential campaign. The concept aims to spark technological innovation, boost housing supply, and create new industrial hubs. Freedom Cities, Trump and American Global New City. A global new city. So Trump wants to build 10 new global cities that will have AI in it, that will have surveillance in it, that will also be dependent on data centers. But he's named it Freedom Cities. That's his proposal, to create 10 freedom cities. And I always think of 1984 doublespeak. 1984 War is Peace doublespeak. In Orwell's novel 1984, War is Peace is a core party slogan that exemplifies doublethink, holding two contradictory beliefs at once, and doublespeak, using language to distort reality. Yes or no? By 1984 doublespeak, would saying a smart city is a freedom city be doublespeak? Yes. Calling a smart city a freedom city would be doublespeak by the rules of 1984, because it uses comforting words to hide heavy government tracking and loss of privacy. Calling a place of total control a freedom city turns the real meaning of the word upside down, just like war is peace. So here's Trump in 2023 proposing his freedom cities, selling his doublespeak.
Past generations of Americans pursued big dreams and daring projects that once seemed absolutely impossible. They pushed across an unsettled continent and built new cities in the wild frontier. They transformed American life with the interstate highway system. Magnificent it was. And they launched a vast network of satellites into orbit all around the earth. But today, our country has lost its boldness. Under my leadership, we will get it back in a very big way. If you look at just 3 years ago, what we were doing was unthinkable. How good it was, how great it was for our country. Our objective will be a quantum leap in the American standard of living. That's what will happen. Here are just a few of the ways we can do it. Almost 1/3 of the landmass of the United States is owned by the federal government, with just a very, very small portion of that land, just a fraction, 1/2 of 1%. Would you believe that? We should hold a contest to charter up to 10 new cities and award them to the best proposals for development. In other words, we'll actually build new cities in our country again. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier, reignite American imagination, and give hundreds of thousands of young people and other people, all hardworking families, a new shot at home ownership and, in fact, the American dream.
Who wants to move to federal land where you will not own the land? You'll own nothing and be happy. You'll just be living on federal land but not own it.
Technological development without regulatory constraint. President Trump, whose zeal to dismantle environmental regulations is likely to lead to more is opening the door to using federal land for freedom cities, libertarian company towns that advocates envision could be used for housing, nuclear power, semiconductor, and other technological development without regulatory constraint. President Trump, whose zeal to dismantle environmental regulations is likely to lead to more pollution and exacerbate climate change, promoted the idea for freedom cities in 2023. The American Enterprise Institute, the Frontier Foundation, and other advocates for freedom cities say they could be built on undeveloped federal land near Las Vegas, Boise, Bend, Oregon, Grand Junction, Colorado, and other existing cities. Congress would have to exempt the cities from laws developers consider impediments. No proposal for freedom cities is before Congress today, but advocates say the Trump administration's push to privatize federal lands for housing opens the window for politicians to support the development of new cities on federal land.
Yes or no? Would Trump's proposed freedom cities have surveillance technology? Yes, Donald Trump, that Christians say is sent from God, Donald Trump's own proposed freedom cities are envisioned as high-tech testing grounds that would heavily feature advanced monitoring and emerging technology. While framed as deregulated hubs for innovation, their design explicitly incorporates tech-heavy infrastructure, and I'm sure would be run by Palantir. So I just asked the question, Peter Thiel's being called Trump's shadow president. So I just asked this question, yes or no, could Trump's proposed freedom cities have surveillance technology operated by Palantir? The man building databases on all Americans? Yes, because Palantir builds data mining and AI surveillance software used widely by government agencies, future or proposed smart city concepts like Trump's Freedom Cities could technically utilize their technology for tracking, data integration, or security operations. So people are putting their trust in a false messiah, a false savior. And this is what waking up looks like.
Can I be honest with you? I'm tired. Can I just be very real with you? I'm going to be very real with you, okay? You might be like, ew. I'm sorry. I'm going to be real with you. I'm tired. I'm tired of everything I thought that was good in this country growing up not being what it actually is. I'm tired of everything not being what it was told to me to be. I'm tired of the fact that I served in the military, okay? I went overseas, I protected the poppy fields in Afghanistan, and guess what? That's all I was really there for. I wasn't there for any type of real patriotic anything. I was there to subjugate a Middle Eastern country, probably on the behest of another Middle Eastern country that starts with the letter I. I'm tired of finding out everything about my food has been a lie to me. I'm tired of figuring out everything about our government has been a lie. I'm tired of figuring out that sports, something that I love at the professional level, is just a giant circus. They just want you to bet. They just want you to drink. They just want you to spend money. I'm tired of every single moment of my life being treated like it's just like I'm a walking pay stub for them. Every moment I'm being marketed to. Every moment my data is being utilized so that ads can be more perfect to give a higher likelihood that maybe I will purchase now or in the future. I hate that everything's becoming a subscription. I hate that the tech bros are slowly winning and turning us into a tech surveillance state. I'm tired that everything politically is so divided that no one can even talk about it without getting angry. I'm tired that we can't make any progress. I'm tired that we can't get on the same page. I'm tired that we've seen everything happen since the Epstein list. We have plenty of reason to do something about this as a people, and nothing has happened, myself included. I'm tired of not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, guys. I'm tired of not being able to come on here and tell you, look, housing prices are going to come down to X because of Y. Hey, they created this new affordable product here to help people to be able to travel, and they're going to take care of this, that, and the third. Or, hey, they actually fixed wages. You're going to be able to work hard and make good money and make a lifestyle for you here in America. It's only going to take 3 years. Here's the plan. Like, I wish they had that. I wish there was legislation that was coming out about term limits, age limits, insider trading, getting corporate and federal, or corporate and country... corporate and foreign lobbying out of our Congress. I wish to God I could get on here and tell you that they destabilized the carried interest loophole, that 20 and 2 is gone for private equity. I wish I could tell you that they reinstated Glass-Steagall, that they got rid of this 2004 margin rule change, that Citizens United's been overturned. I wish I could tell you these things. And we know that they need to be done. We know that the greedflation, because of unfettered corporate spend and greed since COVID, led us to a world where this K-shaped economy feels like the bottom shape of the K is dying financially. And the top side of the top 10% of the economy that's doing good since COVID, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a Nepo baby. I earned it, but like, I'm one of those people. I can still see those people struggling though. I'm still trying to do what I can to help that person. I don't do enough. I can do more. I can volunteer more, like a food bank. I could get more involved in my local community, local politics, local boards. I could do more. We could all do more to help our fellow man. But why is it we're watching our fellow man have the rug pulled out from under them? We're yelling that the rug has been pulled out from under them, and everyone's like, why are you being so political? I just want people to be able to survive, eat food, and have a shelter. I don't want people to go bankrupt because of a hospital bill. I don't want someone to have to work 3 jobs to get by. I don't want a single mom to think it's impossible. I don't want 12% of under 30-year-olds to not be married or have a kid. I don't want everyone to just rent something and be happy. That's not fun. Having a garden's fun. Being able to play with your kids in the backyard is fun. Painting your house pink if you want is fun. Okay? I want us to be able to have fun in our life. I want us to be able to live this life and enjoy this life and love the people around us and bring up real community and have real friends and have real connections and not be socially distanced and not be just kept behind these screens all the time. I want to connect. I know you want that maybe too. I want my family and my daughter to walk into a labor market that isn't controlled by robots and AI running around everywhere. They're shooting lasers. Like, I don't want this future lily paths toward economic totalitarianism that we are on. We are on a path where they will continue to divide us between blue and red until they have all the green.
I never want to involve myself in the U.S. political system or vouch for any man again.
Thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
And then there was this period where you, I don't know, got involved, but you got closer to the political process. And now you're saying you don't want anything to do with that.
No, I never. I just don't.
Why?
Everything is a lie.
And then Trump, the last hope, winds up aligning with Chuck Schumer. At that point, you have to ask yourself, is there a political solution to the problems that we have? I don't know the answer, but I'm starting to think maybe there isn't.
I became obsessed with evil, like obsessed with it. I just got back from a Ibogaine 5-MeO experience. Didn't go great. Found hell.
Hell.
And I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to have a meltdown on your show, but
It's okay.
This is what it's like on the receiving end.
I interviewed this guy, Pete Blaber. Have you heard of Pete Blaber? No. Pete Blaber was a colonel over at Delta. They sent him some imagery, and Pete said, I don't want to hear what you guys think this stuff is. Me and my guys will figure it out. We'll get it back to you, and then you'll have an unbiased. We don't want to be swayed.
Yeah, this decontamination truck looks a hell of a lot like every water truck we've seen driving around in Iraq. And if you were driving 40 miles out into the middle of the desert to a place that doesn't have any water, wouldn't you take a water truck with you? And he goes, next thing, these air purification systems, doesn't that look like the same thing we got on top of our buildings, an HVAC system?
What Delta, arguably the best special operations unit in the world came up with that's a water truck, huge water truck, because they're in the middle of the desert and they need water. And that big air filtration unit on the roof is an air conditioner.
Because they're in the desert.
And the sentry guard outside is dude taking a piss. And he sent it in, and they totally discarded everything and launched the invasion. Everything is a lie. Everything you fucking know is a lie. Everything you think you know, everything in the history books, it's all fucking lies.
If there are supernatural forces that are evil,
acting on people, which there are, and I've experienced them personally, then that's proof of God.
It's not faith to me anymore. It's fact. It is 100% fact.
So when you look ahead, you became one of the most successful people in this business, amazingly.
The Sean Ryan Show is the #1 podcast in the world as of October 2nd, 2024. So there's only one truth. I'm just not really interested in anything else anymore because it's all garbage. It's that, black book right behind you, the Holy Bible.
That's the one truth.
That's it.
Did you know that there were supernatural forces, demons that could act on people? Did you grow up knowing that? Did you think about that?
I definitely didn't grow up knowing that.
Your wife said that God is always talking to you, but you don't hear it because you're distracted. Do you think that's true?
Yeah. That I let all the praise and all that get to me.
The idea that you know stuff that civilians don't know, that's a kind of arrogance and lie.
Yeah. And then I think it happened again. I got too wrapped up in it.
Yeah, we've all been there.
You see all these people get up there and they get addicted to this fucking power that they do not have.
Right.
And it's like you think you're so powerful. But you can't even
smart.
You can't even say what's on your mind. Like you're powerless. You have no fucking power.
Because they can't say what they really think.
Yeah, they can't say what they won't even stand up for what they believe in, man. Like, look at the shit that's happening. You're going to sit here and tell me the fucking country's going great while the president of the United States kids are buying private islands with bunkers?
Right now, I'm working with my husband. We have this 1,400-acre island in the Mediterranean.
They're hiding the full picture of the Epstein files. They're hiding the full picture of everything. The Iran war. Like, is anybody over there talking about the petrodollar?
No.
Is anybody talking about the schizophrenic leadership that we're dealing with right now? Like this shit with Canada? Like, could you imagine doing business with the U.S.?
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term.
Of course, who doesn't want more knowledge? Isn't the whole point of this business to find out how things work?
This is what waking up to the truth looks like. In Ephesians 1:18, Paul prayed that the eyes of the understanding of the believers would be opened. This is a beautiful phrase that comes from the Apostle Paul's prayer in Ephesians 1:18 of the Bible. It is a heartfelt petition that God would open our spiritual eyes so we can truly grasp the depth of his calling, the glorious inheritance we have, and the immense power available to believers. And I pray, just like Paul, that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened and that you could see the truth and put your hope in God and not a man. Because Jesus warned, the #1 identifier of the end times was deception. Let no man deceive you. Trump is on the same page as the globalists to want to ensnare the entire world. I pray that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. If you appreciate the content that you find on this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the ministry?